Is California a dry state or is it a wet state? No, this has nothing to do with precipitation or rainfall or even the selling of liquor. When used in the context of our industry, it ties into how we perform the settlement process. Lenders like to throw out lending terms, and many times real estate agents pick up on these and use it without actually knowing what it means. One of these terms is the concept of table funding. Today's escrow tip is about understanding the term table funding and what does a state being a dry one or a wet one have to do with it. When we talk about being dry, we are talking about the settlement closing process in which the title company or the escrow company handles the transaction by drawing the documents, sending it out to the parties to sign separately, holding the money, and at the closing, dispersing the documents and funds without either party being present at the same table. This is a separated closing, and funds come in separately. In other words, this is a non-table funding. States that handle transactions like this are called a dry state. In the nation, there are 11 full dry states, most of them in the West Coast: Alaska, Arizona, California, Hawaii, Idaho, Nebraska, Nevada, New Mexico, Oregon, Utah, and Wyoming. There are a few states like Illinois, Minnesota, and Texas that have counties and cities that are considered dry. The rest of the states are then wet states, and that they are all in the East Coast. The process there is that at a specific date and a specific time, the buyer, the seller, the real estate agents meet at the table, at the same place, and at the office of the designated attorney who will be handling the settlement statement. They pass around all the documents for signing right then and there, and those documents include the loan documents and the ownership transfer deed. At the same time, the funds, whether they're the lender funds or the buyer's closing down payment, also gets transferred right then. This is what the industry calls a round table closing, and the lenders call it a table funding. The concept of the lender table funding has then evolved from the East Coast to the West Coast. The question, are you going to table fund, took on the meaning in the dry states as, will you fund the loan at the same time the borrower is signing the loan documents without needing to get a copy of the signed documents back? So if you're pushing to close, this is the question that is asked of the lender or the settlement agent. But what we have to remember is that not all lenders will table fund. Many still require that the documents be either, one, scanned to them electronically for review first, or two, they have to have the original signed documents back for review before they will fund. And in dry states, those signed documents that have to be recorded still have to be sent to the title company for them to review and then sent to the county recorder's office. So all the physical handling of those documents take time and does not happen right away. So when the question is asked, are you going to table fund? It simply means, are you going to fund the loan sight unseen? It does not mean, are you going to fund the loan sight unseen so that we can close escrow immediately? No, it does not mean that. That would happen in a wet state. But in western states, and in particular California, we are dry, dry, dry in more ways than one. This is Juliana too. Thank you for watching.